Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to talk about the physiognomy of the external ear and middle ear. This is the class number 2. This is the class number 1 and the class number 1. In this class I will discuss the physiognomy of the external and middle ear, but in the class number 2 I will discuss the physiognomy of the internal ear. Okay. So what is ear? As we know that there are 5 sense organs: the ear, nose, tongue, skin, and eye. The skin help in the detection of the external stimulus like temperature, heatness, coolness, touch, pressure, vibration, and so other. Okay, but the eye only detect the light, help in the vision. The tongue help in the taste. Okay, the nose help in the the nose help in smell of the some odor. Okay, but ear is very most important sense organ. There are 2 functions of the ear. It can help in the perception of sound, detection of sound. Number 1. Number 2, equilibrium. The ear help in the detection, perception of sound and equilibrium of the body. Ear help in the equilibrium of the body. Okay, so what is ear? What is the anatomy of the ear? The ear consists of 3 parts. One is called the external ear, the middle ear, and the internal ear. From ear pinna up to this point, up to the eardrum, this whole structure is called the external ear. From this point up to this point, this whole structure is called the external ear. Middle ear, from eardrum, this is the eardrum, up to this point, this cavity which is highlighted in a separate color, these are the bone, malleus, ankles, steps, and this is the cavity. There are present some muscle. So this from the eardrum up to this part, up to the cochlea and vestibular apparatus, this region is called the middle ear. But the internal ear is the part which is present very medial. This is very external, this is very lateral, this is middle, this is medial. This part, this whole part is called the internal ear. Okay, so in this class I will discuss the external and middle ear physiognomy. Okay, so what is the external ear? What is the anatomy of the external ear? External ear is the outermost part of the ear, and it consists of 2 parts: the ear pinna and ear canal. Ear pinna or auricle. What is ear pinna? Ear pinna or auricle is the outermost part of the external ear, and it is made of the elastic cartilage and covered by the skin. It is only made by elastic cartilage, and this elastic cartilage is covered by simply the skin. So this is the ear pinna, but the lower part, this is the inferior part, it does not contain the cartilage. This is called ear lobule. Okay, ear lobe or ear lobule. This is the inferior part of the ear pinna. It does not contain cartilage. This is a simply mass of some fatty tissue and very least amount of blood vessel nervous tissue. Okay, and covered by the skin. So it does not contain cartilage. Okay, so this is the anatomy of the ear pinna. There are some muscle which is called auricular muscle. Auricular muscle are the muscle which help in the movement of the ear pinna. In human, these muscles are vestigial. Vestigial mean does not function, does non-functionless. In human, these muscles does not perform any function. But in other animal like dog, the horse, the donkey, these muscle rotate. These muscle move the ear pinna and a main point for the collection of the sound wave. These muscle rotate the ear pinna and in order to collect the sound wave in a good way. Okay, so the ear pinna help in the collection of the sound wave. Okay, when the sound wave collected here, this sound wave move toward the eardrum and the ear canal. Okay, so what is ear canal? Ear canal is the second part of the external ear. It extend from the ear pinna. This is the ear pinna up to the eardrum. So the ear canal is the outer part. This part from this point up to this point. This part is made of elastic cartilage. This is the elastic cartilage. This is the elastic cartilage. This part is made of the elastic cartilage, but the internal part is made of the bone. Here I make some mistake. The bone is from the bone here is up to this point. So this is all the yellow color. These are all the bone, but the bone here is up to this point. So the internal part of the ear canal is made of bone, the temporal bone. All the ear consists of the temporal bone. This is all the temporal. Some are petrous parts and some another. Okay, so the from this point up to this point, the ear canal is made of bone, and from this point up to this point, this is the elastic cartilage. Okay, so sound wave collected by the ear pinna and move through the ear canal. Okay, what is eardrum? Eardrum is a thin fibrous structure. Fibrous means it is made of the fibrous tissue. It is very thin membrane which separate the external ear from the middle ear. This is the external ear. This is the middle ear. Okay, so eardrum. Eardrum is concave. This one. This is the eardrum. Eardrum is a concave and laterally. This is just like this one. Eardrum is like in a concave shape, laterally and anteriorly. This is the eardrum. So this is concave. This is the laterally. Okay, laterally and anterior and lateral anterior. Okay, so the eardrum is present concave shape, laterally, anterior and anterior. So this is the structure of the eardrum. Okay, this is the eardrum. What is the middle ear? The middle ear is the ear between the external and internal ear. This one. The middle ear consists of cavity. This is the cavity. As you can see, the highlighted area. This is the cavity, and it also consists of three smallest bones: malleus, ancus, stapes. First of all, here I discuss the anatomy of the ear, of these two parts, and then physiology. The physiology. What is the physiology of the external and the middle ear? I will discuss later. Okay. So, what is the function of the eardrum? What is the function of this part? The function of this part I have already explained. What is the function of this bone? Malleus, ancus, stapes. These are the three smallest bones in the body. So these bones are present in the cavity of the middle ear. Okay. This and there are also present smallest muscle, stapedius muscle, and another. There are two muscle, stapedius muscle, and other muscle is the other muscle is also present here. Okay, so this one is the malleus. Malleus have three parts. This is the handle. This is the handle. The handle of the malleus is attached with the eardrum. This is attached with the eardrum, as you can see here. This is the malleus. This is the malleus. This is the clear diagram. Is attached with the eardrum. This is the neck of the malleus, and this is the head of the malleus. Okay. Ancus. Ancus have three parts. This is the head of the ancus. The head of the ancus is attached with the head of the malleus. This is one long process, and there is another process which is present in the page posteriorly. So this process go internally. Okay, this is the malus ancus steps. This is the steps. What are steps? Steps, this is more clearly steps. Steps consist of four part. This is the head of the steps. This is this one and this one as the limbs. This is limb. Two limb. This is limb number 1, limb number 2, head. There is the neck, and this is the base. This is the base of the steps. The base of the steps is attached with the internal ear, the vestibular apparatus. I will discuss this phenomena and a major its anatomy and a major way in the next class. Okay, so the malus is attached to the eardrum, ancus is attached to the malus and to the steps, while the base of the steps, this is the base of the steps, is attached to the vestibular apparatus. Okay, I will discuss this phenomena in the next lecture. The malus head, this is the handle, neck, head. This is the ancus. This is one projection. This is the head. And this is one process. Another process. This process is posteriorly inside. This is the head. Okay, this is the steps. Okay, so this is the anatomy. This is the auditory tube. Auditory tube. What is auditory tube? Auditory tube is the canal, or auditory canal is the canal which connect the midbrain with the nasopharynx. This is the area of the nasopharynx. Okay, this is the nasopharynx. So what is the physiology? Now, what is the physiology? The physiology of the function of this external ear, the pin ear pinna collect air sound wave. Look at these three words. The external ear collect air burn vibrational palm. The external ear collect the sound wave and in the palm of air wave. So, external ear collect and transmit the sound in the palm of the air wave. So the sound is collected by the ear pinna and will go through this canal in the palm of air wave. Okay, but the middle ear convert the wave in the palm of air to the solid wave. So when the solid is struck to the eardrum, when the solid is struck eardrum, the eardrum vibrate. Okay, so the eardrum vibrate back and forth. Okay, when the eardrum vibrate, there the sound wave and the palm of air is converted into the solid wave. So the middle ear help in carrying the sound. There are two main functions. The function of the external ear and the middle ear is to collect and transmit the sound up to this point. But the function of the internal ear is to detect the sound, is to perceive the sound. Okay, and to regulate body balance and to bring the body in equilibrium. The function of the middle ear and external ear is to collect the sound and transfer the sound. But the function of this part is to detect the sound, is to carry signaling to the brain and to bring the body in a balanced way. Okay, so when the sound wave is reached here at hit the eardrum vibrate back and forth. So when the eardrum vibrate back and forth, when the eardrum is struck by the sound, then this eardrum go in the medial direction. In the medial direction, when this eardrum go in the medial direction, this point. It's a very difficult anatomy and physiology. When the eardrum go in medial direction, then this bone also go in this part. The handle part is go in the medial direction and internal direction. When this part go in this direction, then this part, the head, is go in outward direction. When eardrum go this word, the handle is also go in medial direction, inward direction. So the head go outward direction, the head go outward direction. When the head go in outward direction, the head of the incus is attached here, so this part is also go in outward direction. And when this move in outward direction, this part, the handle is go in inward direction. So when it go in inward direction, it hit the stapes, so the stapes also go in the inward direction. And when stapes go in inward direction, there present a window which is called the oval window. Look at this one diagram. This is the real diagram. This is the ear epiphyna, ear canal. This is the eardrum. This is malleus, ankle steps. This is the cavity of the middle ear. This is the superior wall. This is the superior wall of the cavity. This is the medial wall. Here is the cochlea and vestibular apparatus. This is the lateral wall where eardrum is present. This is the inferior wall. This wall, as you can see, is the this is the posterior wall, while the anterior wall is this is the anterior wall. My hand is the anterior wall. Okay, lateral wall. This is the middle ear. This is the middle ear cavity. This is the tympanic cavity. Lateral wall, medial wall, superior wall, inferior wall. This one, and from the page, this is the posterior wall. Is shadowed here. This is shadowed, but my hand is the anterior wall, posterior wall. This. Okay. So when eardrum vibrate, this part go inward, this part go outward, this part is also go outward, this part is go inward, this part is also go inward. So I will discuss in a big detail in the next class the anatomy of the vestibular apparatus, anatomy of the semicircular canal, anatomy of the cochlea. But the vestibular apparatus consists, this is the oval window. The oval window is the endo to which the base, this is the base of the steps, this is to which the base of the steps is attached. Okay, this is the base of the steps. Okay, this is the oval window. It have its own function. It have the round window have its own function that I will discuss in next class. Okay, so this part will hit this area, and there the signal is produced. I will discuss later. And sound is here, detection of sound occur. Okay, so this is the phenomena of the sound flow in the outer ear and the middle ear. Okay, there concentrate this wall. This is the medial wall. The medial wall is the wall which separate the middle ear from the internal ear. There is the internal ear. Okay, it consists of two windows. One is called the round window. Another is this is the oval window, round window. Okay, I will discuss this later. So when the steps move in the opposite direction, when the eardrum, this is the eardrum. When the eardrum move in opposite direction outward, so this part is also move outward. So this part move outward, this part move inward, this part is also move inward. So this part when this part move this wall in this direction, this will in this direction, and the steps is now move in this direction and outward direction. So by coming vibration wave, okay, steps move outward, inward along with these all three bones and the eardrum, and stimulate this area. And further phenomena I will discuss in the next class. This is a very big phenomena. This is very complicated phenomena which occur here. Okay, so these are all about the physio-anatomy of the external and middle ear. Okay, the main function of the auditory tube is to here is present, air present here. The middle ear as consists of the ear. The main function of the auditory tube is to balance the pressure of the air on both sides of the eardrum. So the eardrum will vibrate in a easy way during the balance pressure. Okay, so the air is moved from the nasopharynx to this area. Okay, so this is the main function, is to maintain the air pressure both side on the eardrum. Okay, this is the function of the eardrum. These are the malleus. Malleus are the smallest bone. Okay, malleus, ankle, steps. These are three smallest bone of the body. This is the handle of the malleus. This is the neck. This is the head. This is the head of the ankles. This is the long process. Another process is here, which is posteriorly. This is the head. This is the head of the ankles. Neck are the two limb. This is limb number 1, 2. This is the base. The base of the stapes is attached with the vestibular apparatus by the oval window. Okay, there is the another window which is called round oval round window. Okay, so these are all about the physiognomy of the external and the